So, my dad passed away almost like 10 years ago, and I never thought about like making a video on this topic, but a few days ago I was sorting paperwork, you know, after 10 years, because at the start when he passed away, we kind of like took care of his immediate belongings, but there was like a huge stack of paperworks that was just left there, along with some other things, yeah. So after 10 years, I had the guts to sort them, dispose them, and do things with them. So revisiting all those memories and as if like experiencing that same thing, like the girl 10 years ago is so different from the girl who I am at this moment. And losing a parent is something that you only realize the gravity of when you do lose one. And because like growing up, we all think that, oh, they're gonna stay forever. Like it's just what you're used to. It's like your arms and legs. It just kind of feels like it's always gonna be there. And when it happens, when it happens, is that when you're just jerked back into reality. Like, oh, okay, you just kind of understand um, how unexpected and immediate certain things are. Yeah, it just made me question life, because before like losing my dad, there was I had seen a few deaths in my family, like my grandfathers and um, a classmate of mine. So I knew that, but it's kind of like your parents or your siblings or these people that your immediate family, you just have that thing in you, that bubble in you, that they're always gonna be there, they're always gonna stay there. It's what you have seen ever since you were born. Yeah. So when something that personal happens to you, it just feels like, oh, what is this life? Yeah. What what exactly am I doing here, and how exactly am I do I have to be going forward? Yeah. It's just like they pass you a baton and they just go. So it's now navigating life after them. And the financial aspect might be, but you just kind of get through that. But there are these like memories and these lessons that you learn. For me, there was a lot of things that I learned after his death. And there was this thing that happened, was that I had his ID card in my hand. Yeah. And you see them lying in a casket. And you just have that ID card in you, and like, I'm not trying to make this video a morbid one, but I just want to let you guys in on my experience about life, about the curtains, that veil that just goes out, that just drawn, like open, you could say. And you just realize that, because I vividly remember that scene. Yeah. You just have their ID card in your hand, and you see the casket lying there, and you just realize that, because ID card is something that's very personal to you, that's you, that's how you navigate in the world. And you see yourself like now in possession of it, someone else's, and they're like, we're gone, I'm out of this shit. They're like, I'm out of this shit. Fair enough. So it's like you are now the caretaker of it, of those things. And it just makes you realize that, it just made me realize that at that very moment, because dad had his own inspirations or aspirations, or the things that he wanted to achieve, or things that he was stingy about, things that he was passionate about, and all those things, yeah. And you just see that the most basic shit, the ID card, they don't even have that now. It's in someone else's hand. It was in my hand. So it made me realize the things that I am so desperate about. Because I was like, there were a lot of things that I was very focused on. I had a death grip on those things. So it just kind of jerked me back into reality. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, do you even realize what this life is all about? So that experience shaped everything. So now, after, like, he passed away, and there were clothes, there were things that you need to take care of, like all the possessions that a person has accumulated in their life, things that you don't know if you should part with them because they are not going to do you any benefit other than like a keepsake. So these are like very real things you go through when a parent passes away, when someone in your family passes away. And sorting those things, like after 10 years, I had the strength to take care of the paperwork and dispose most of it, like photocopies. And then you just sit down, and then you realize their degrees, their certificates, their achievements, their ID card, their birth certificate, and all their passports, their bank cards. And then you're just left with them, the pictures. And then you're just left with them, and then you see like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that? It's just another person's whole life depended on these things, and now they're just another paper in your hands. So these days I was kind of feeling like really down. I mean, not in the sense that, oh, life is so depressing and shit. No, but more like this is also a part of reality. And like, God now turned that grief into something, like into a lesson that is not morbid, but more like just a reality. Just a reality. Yeah, that's what I would say. It made me question my own perspectives on life and the things that I was having a chokehold on, and things that, because here's the thing, yeah, you have certain grievances with your parents, like, oh, why did you do this, why did you do that, or did you really have to do this way, like things could have been so better, why did you do this, all these things that I think we have with our parents and stuff. So you're unable to forgive them for what they did. And when I experienced that myself, the grievances that I had with my dad and everything, so they don't matter. Like in an instant, you just get the call, because I got the call, and they were like, you know what, because my dad's friend called, and we don't know, and it just a call away from a life-changing experience. And it's just like all the grievances that you have, everything that you feel like are super important, and this is it, or it's over, and you're so passionate about all these things, yeah, they just turn to nothing. They just turn to nothing. It's just I just felt like how stupid it was of me to hold on to these things that really made no sense. Like, it made no difference. It just jerks you back into reality, like, oh, we have like, oh mom, why did you do this, or dad, why did you do that, or I hate you, or this or that. Like, we are teenagers, we are just super into whatever is going on with our lives, and so much involved in our life, we forget that our parents are getting older and weaker, and it's just cycle of life. So it changed my perspective in a lot of ways, mostly positive, I would say. All these things that happened, God turned them into positive lessons for me, and really protected me from getting bitter or grieving. At the start I was, but yeah, you just kind of God just tends to make you see those lessons that He really wants you to see, because it's a part of life. So after that, the rage in me, that, oh, it's like, yeah, as a teenagers we all have that, I feel like, to some extent. So, and yeah, we also have some grievances with our, like, with my dad. Like, we all have some kind of, maybe, I don't know. But all this was so stupid. It's stupid now that I see, because whatever someone does is one thing, and whatever you hold on to is another. Yeah, people do what they want to do and they just go. But I realized that I did not have to hold on to these things for dear life, because life is really short. Yeah, life is really short in that aspect. Like, it's too short for hatred, too short for rage, too short for bitterness. And at that point, I could just do nothing but laugh at myself. What the hell, bro? Like, it was so pointless. The fights, the rage, the all the it was so pointless. It was really pointless, yeah. And even like when you see them also having rage or distaste or jealousy or envy for other people, you also see that at the end of the day, this is what happens. So what was the point of doing or thinking or feeling whatever you were feeling? Because at the end, you just went away. None of it mattered. None of it mattered. Exactly. So it made me question so many things that I was holding on to for dear life. Like, I know the answer to this, or I know how this is, and I will just do it this way. It's so pointless. I felt like crying during the sorting, because it just felt so overwhelming. Not that I was grieving that, oh, my dad, but like imagining myself in that state. Maybe someone else will be sorting my paperwork. And just a life that just comes here, does its own thing, and now the remains, the things, the belongings, the possessions and everything, now someone else is sorting that, and just realizing that once all these papers that are just papers to me were his life. Everything is hard copied so that it doesn't stain, and it's like that's how you navigate in the world. Our degrees and everything, but they are just paper now. They're just paper. So it was a very specific problem, very, very human thing, that I had to search it up. Like, okay, what should I do with it now? Oh, like, will I need, like, would I need these things in the future for some reason, for some legal or some other reason? So, like, these questions, they're so unexpected, and you don't want to go through these questions, yeah, but they happen. So it just made me honestly appreciate life so much more. It just made me question all the grief, all the revenge, all the rage that I had in me. Is it even worth it? All the like greed and desires, to the point that you lose yourself. And I mean, just live a good life, happy life. It made me appreciate life so much more. It made me appreciate whatever I have. while also making me kind of detached from it, because the things that I hold dear, everything that I hold dear, my everything, I just realized that they don't matter that much. I had like, after sorting through all of that, I did one thing. I write diaries, I write journals because it's good for my mind and stuff. I just wanted to cleanse myself from all this. Yeah, so I realized, I immediately understood the things that hold importance in my life, especially they were my diaries. And I realized that I cannot be holding on to my past. I can't do that. It's pointless. It's useless to do that. Because life is to enjoy in the moment. Life, I felt that it just came in me so strongly that I need to be in the present and enjoy life at this moment. So all the bitterness that I had written, all the anger that I had, all the rage that I had put on the diary, my diary of 19 years. I started writing when I was like around 7, 8. I tore them all up, every bit of it, digital and physical. I just tore it all up. I was like, I want to, and it made me feel so much lighter. It made me feel so much more brighter and full of life, because I realized that no matter what happens, because I saw my dad living in the past a lot. Yeah, the biggest lesson that I learned after he passed away was that live in the present. Don't worry about the future so much, because he was always worried about the future, while also kind of bitter about the past. So it made me realize that I can't be living like that. I don't want to live like that. I want to live in the present, in the moment, and enjoy like whatever life is throwing you. Of course, it's not like problems don't exist, but really trying to enjoy life for what it is and appreciating, like, from the bottom of your heart, appreciating this present moment. I was like, I cannot be living in the past, because I knew that these were the diaries that I do not want to read them twice, like ever again. I don't want to read them, but I was also fearful that someone else might read them. So there was always this burden in me. I was like, I need to let go of everything that I hold dear. And I used to fantasize about, what if I'm gone? Who would be tearing these diaries up? I wouldn't want anyone to touch them. So I was like, you know what? I should tear them while I'm still alive. Because these are not the things, like, it wasn't even good things that I wrote. It was all like when I was feeling bad. Like, if it's good things, it's good. But not the bad things. So it's better if I tear them up. Tearing them up, I feel so happy. I feel really happy. And I'm like letting go of all the old things in my closet, and like everything. I'm just like donating old things and everything. It's like, because it's making space for new to come. And I feel like that's super important for me to be doing that. And disposing, like, I did not have the strength to do that paperwork, but now I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Because during these 10 years, God taught me so much about life, about not holding on to things that serve you no good, no matter it be past, no matter it be bitterness for someone, or because they wronged you. It's okay. People are stupid. They're not even malicious, they're stupid. Yeah. So I realized that whatever they say or do, I don't have to take people so seriously. I used to take people very seriously. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. I don't have to take people so seriously. Of course, you have to recognize the patterns and save yourself, but don't take them too seriously. I realized after he passed away, like losing a parent, I felt like things don't remain the same anymore. I don't know if you could call it in a good way or in a bad way, but they don't remain the same anymore. Things change. You kind of start to question the people around you, people that don't have the best interest, people that come clean to you about what they hold in their heart for you, and people that question or don't like try to pull you down because of their limited beliefs and mindsets. So it just doesn't just teach you what it feels like to lose a parent, but also reveals the people around you. And it's a part of life. Yeah, it's a part of life, but I feel like while you might like that bubble gets bursted, but at the same time you learn so much, you grow so much, you start to soften. I don't know if that's how it is, but a part of you starts to soften, genuinely gets softened at things, and things don't, because I used to feel like I would get super hard hearted and I wouldn't be recognizable. But now the version of me that was before he passed away, she is someone I cannot recognize because I've changed so much. I've evolved so much. I laugh louder. I smile brighter. I live a good life. And I learned so much. I learned to let go of bitterness, of rage, because at the end of the day, what I felt like none of these things mattered. It felt so stupid to me at that moment when you just see the casket lying there and you just see everything that you thought of, that you imagined, everything just crashed down, and you are just caught off guard and you are just in wonder. This is it? This is it? Seriously? And after that, in these 10 years, I saw a heck lot of deaths. So now, since I saw all that, I feel like now I'm just so much more at peace. Yeah. I just feel like I'm so much more at peace with the fact that uh, this is what life is about. Yeah, you could say that. This is what life is about. And the most important thing is to be in the moment. Because you know what? There's one thing that I learned. The people that live their life really happily, really cheerful, and in a really bright way, yeah, they seize the moment. When they passed away, I did not seem to feel that bad, to be very honest. I was like, they lived a good life. A part of me felt happy for them. I did not find that grief in me, or that morbid stuff like, oh my god, you live and then you just die like that. No, I did not feel that in them. But it was only the people that lived a very miserable life that had a very miserable outlook on life, when they passed away, it felt 10x worse. The grief, I felt that so much more. So it made me realize that if I were to pass away, I want to live the most amazing life a person can live. And it's not about what you have, it's about what you do, how you think, how you live, for me. So after, because I would say my dad did not have a very bright outlook on life. Yeah, he did not. It was like, I learned after he passed away, the biggest lesson that I learned was after he passed away. He did not teach me much during his lifetime. Like, he did, and he did the best he could. But I feel like the biggest lesson he could teach me, or he ever taught me, was after he passed away, is that live the best you can. That's the lesson I learned after he passed away. Like, live the best you can in the moment, and do what you want to do, because what I want to do, regardless of what anyone thinks or anyone does, just seizing the moment. And if you live a good life, you do not, I realize that if I live a good life, I will not die a miserable death. Yeah, people will remember you in a good way. Oh, she just lived her best life. And I want to be someone like that, that I will not grieve that, oh, this was the life that was granted to me, is this it? No, I felt like it had little to do with what he had or what you have, and it has more to do with your outlook on life and how you want to live life. So yeah, after like sorting out his paperwork, I was like, I'm done with this shit. I just tore up all the bad things about my own life that I felt like it's burdensome. I'm good now. I feel much better after like doing all these things. I feel so much more better. At the start, that grief is inexplainable. For a few years, it's completely unexplainable. But you know, it's a strength that only God can give you to move forward. And I feel so much more better. And yeah, you learn a lot, and you become so much more appreciative of life, unlike what I thought I would not, but that's not the case. So yep, this is just what I wanted to share. Catch you guys in another video. Bye bye.